edition of the 600 Seconds of Trading. My name is Alejandro Zambrano, Chief Market Analyst with Trade Captain and Amana Capital. And if you're watching this on YouTube or maybe on Periscope or Facebook, then this is a live webinar that we host Monday to Friday in the live trading room here at tradecaptain.com, which is a portal for people interested in trading. Okay, before we start, let's begin with taking a look at the risk disclosure statement here. And please bear in mind that trading financial market is unfortunately risky, and there's a genuine risk that we'll lose all of our invested money. So please bear that in mind before you start trading. We will as well take a look at the markets, and I will conduct what we call live trading analysis or live technical analysis. But it's just my ideas, and it's not reviewed as sell or buy recommendations. Rather, see it as education. Okay, so this is the euro versus the USD, and the market is bullish about 123.52, and actually it's bullish about 122.11, which is this level down here. So really, as long as you trade above this level, it's quite likely that the market is going to try to buy dips. All right, so a simple Fibonacci from this low down here, from the 17th of January all the way to the high on the 25th of January, gives you these three levels, and you can see that we bounced more or less following a 50% correction. Now, traders that are not long already are probably better off waiting for some sort of a pullback to obtain a good risk-reward ratio. Buying around 125.23 means that we're going to risk about 145 pip, and if the market goes up here to the prior high, we make 182, and then if we go all the way up, we could make potentially 234 pip here if we reach that 126 level. So I am bullish. I think this can go to the upside. We did bounce here, so we could immediately go to the upside, but traders that are not long are probably going to wait for a pullback back to support before turning bullish. Here's the price of Bitcoin, and it's not loved, and it is in a downtrend, so the decline you saw yesterday shouldn't come as a major surprise. The overall market is bearish, and it will remain bearish, at least for now. Actually, we can potentially even reduce this slightly here. Actually, let's leave it here for a little bit longer, but I'm strongly thinking about lowering the key level to the January 28th high of 12,000. Why? Because we have a little high here, and potentially when we break this level, the market will have ended its series of lower and lower highs, and that could be the beginning of the resumption really of the bullish trend. It's definitely potentially the end of the downtrend, and then probably up, down, and then up again. So for now, there's no real change to the outlook I shared with you guys. Remember, when we traded below this low here on January 16th, I said we're not longer bullish. The market moved on, then it went up, and then it went down, and then it went up, and then it went down again. And that's just because we're dealing with a downtrend. So what are the potential targets here? Well, it's the low here from the 30th of November at 8,985, followed by another low here on November 21st at 7,766, and then you have a big low here at 5,630. And we want to get involved when the trend is bullish. That's just it. When it's in a downtrend like this, you know, it doesn't make sense to be fully invested. So that's why I'm waiting for that break here. If you're trading, you know, there are people that, you know, have been holding forever, and you know, it works sometimes. I mean, stock markets, that's something that works historically over the last 200 years or so. You just hold and buy on all dips, and it always works out. Why? Because when the economy is growing, then this means that the corporations are making more money, and when the corporations are making more money, their share prices go higher. And what's the key behind all of this is innovation. And humans are really interested in innovation and learning new things, so that's why we have that fundamental bias in the stock markets. Here, we're not there yet. We have nice, cool theories, but people are not necessarily using blockchain in a major way. Obviously, we use it to speculate and buy bitcoins, but we don't necessarily use it for other things in life. And I think that's really what's catching up now a little bit, that people are starting to realize, well, you know, this blockchain project is going to revolutionize the world, this other one as well. In fact, if you ever looked at ICOs, and I looked in several of them, if you ever look at all these pages, the first thing to begin with is that this is going to revolutionize the world. So obviously, how is this gonna I mean, how can 40, 50 projects revolutionize the world? Maybe it's a novel idea, that's fine, but it doesn't make sense that everybody's gonna revolutionize the world, does it? So I think that's really maybe a little bit what's catching up with the situation and price right now. For us, trading, just need to wait for that downtrend. Crude oil. So it was fun as long as it lost it. So we turned bullish here. The last time we turned really bullish. You might remember we were bullish on the way to the upside here in November, and then started to go sideways, and we got stopped out here. I don't know if you remember. We got stopped out on a long position here, and then when we tried to go short here, we got stopped out again. And this is in November, December. And then I said, let's just hold. Let's just wait and see what happens. And I said, when we take out this high here, we want to turn long. And now, for the first time since then, we got stopped out. So we got stopped out as price traded below a level I had here. So the whole move, we were bullish for about 10% or so. And then obviously we give back some at the end. Now, if you look at this 1 hour chart, you can see that we have a low here at 62.84. And maybe it was just the end of the very short-term trend. Now, I don't think this market is just going to come back down tumbling. Maybe it's going to go down and up and create some sort of a double top, and then we take out 62.84 and then really turn bearish. And because, you know, for that to even happen, the market needs to go up and then down, then maybe we'll get involved on the move to the upside, okay? However, as you can see here, this is a short-term downtrend, creating lower and lower and lower highs, and the actual market is quite bearish. The way or the speed which this is declining is quite strong. So I do think it makes sense to actually hold off and just give this a few days. Maybe we'll bottom out here over the next few days, and as long as you trade above 62.84, I'm willing to potentially take a long position here and then targets 65 and 66, and then we'll see if this wants to break 67 this prior high. So what do I want to do again? I just want to wait for this to stabilize, and then maybe tomorrow or so maybe look to go long again. Here's the price of gold, and it's still maintaining a bullish bias. The market moved down to our entry point, then went all the way up, and then all the way down to the lows again yesterday, and then bounced up overnight. Sorry, no, it bounced up during the day, and then down again, and then up. It is trying to stabilize. I'm not 100%, we're definitely not out of the woods yet, and I'm not 100% certain this is going to rise. But as long as it's about 1,328, we could potentially break the high here and then go to the upside. When we break here, I think Crude is going to reduce the stop level from this level to this level, and that means that we'll have a risk of about 1% for a potential return of 1.42%. German DAX, not working out really at all, is it? But it's not stopped out. I've seen this before. Markets come ridiculously close to being stopped out, but then the market just bounces and then goes to the upside. So we shouldn't abandon our outlook just because it doesn't look too good, because technically nothing has changed, nothing at all. The trend is bullish above this low, which is the 13,134 level, and as long as you're above this level, I suspect the market can bottom out here and head to the upside. And that is all the main markets that we cover here at the live trading room, Monday to Friday. And let's see if we have any quick questions. Let me see something here. Yes, so we're definitely live. So good morning, Sandy, and good morning, Juan. And question, can we look at the pound versus the dollar? Sure. Let's take a look at the pound versus the dollar. So this is the pound versus the dollar, and this is a 4-hour chart, and the trend is bullish about 139.62. I was previously bullish about 139, and I'm reducing now the level because the market bounced from these levels. So now we have a new low to work with, which is 139.62, and traders that are not already long are probably gonna be cautious and wait for some sort of a pullback. So from this low to this high, we can use the Fibonacci, and you can see these different three levels. So I suspect that we could potentially move down, so give back about 61.8% of yesterday's gains. As a minimum, I think maybe 141.24 or 141.10, say 141.10. But I'm personally not gonna touch this until we move down to 140.75. Okay, guys, that's everything we have now for today. Don't forget, we do have other events which gives you the opportunity to just ask questions. It doesn't cost anything to be joining that, but you do need to be a client of Amana Capital. So today, on February 1st, in about well, actually not today, tomorrow on February 1st, at 1 p.m. London time, we're gonna host this client-only Q&A session, and it's a similar sort of setup that we're hosting here right now. Just need to go to the premium section here, and if you're not logged in, it's gonna show you more about it. So this is the way it looks like. So it's a simple, same sort of setup we're having today. So it's a Q&A session, and it doesn't cost anything. The only thing you need to have is that you need to have a real account with Amana Capital. So in essence, every time you trade, obviously you pay a spread the same way you do with any other broker, and this is pretty much the same across all brokers anyway, and that is how we work this out. So again, as long as you have an account, you can access this. With this as well, you can access our premium education. I have a bunch of videos here, cryptocurrency trades of 2008, and introduction to Bitcoin trading, and so on and so on. Okay, guys, have a good day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Don't forget to share and let people know about this webinar at 9 a.m. London time. Have a good day. Thank you.